There's been some recent Xenoverse 3 gameplay I haven't seen. I'ma look at it, I'ma give my thoughts and opinions on it, and I'ma let y'all know. Without further ado, let's fucking do it!
So in regards to Xenoverse 3, here's my honest thoughts. So look, I think that from what I've seen in terms of gameplay, right, overall, before I even get into anything, I think the gameplay is subtle. I think it's alright for what it is. I don't think they overdone anything, nor have they underdelivered anything. So it's like they kept their ground and they made something good, but it's not something that I would say I would get overly excited for, because we haven't seen much. They haven't displayed much. But for what it is, though, it's really nothing to like be yelling across the room, really. The PvE combat is solid. I mean, I will say this: when the CAC, I don't know if that's like a default CAC that they're using, but whatever it is, when they're using that character, it's not, and they're fighting the bot, it's not really like the bot isn't really reacting as much, like, and what I mean by that is that there's no I'm not seeing much aggressiveness coming from the NPC. Like, it's not really fighting back, or like it's not really doing nothing crazy to like get away from the combo. Like, there's really just not much happening in that situation. And I think also the combos in the game are like, they're cool, they're unique. One thing I am curious about is that, because I've seen, and I don't know if this applies, apparently you could take somebody's moveset, right? And like, for example, if I wanted Goku's moveset, I could apparently have that in Xenoverse 3. That's what I think I've seen and heard from what the guy in the gameplay trailer was talking about. He said you could take movesets from masters you learn, so you could have different types of like fighting styles and such. And if that is the case, that is cool as shit. And I think the HUD looks alright. It's pretty clean. It's nothing too crazy. It definitely looks more simplified. I will say though, what I find interesting is that there's a cooldown on the transformation. Now, I don't really care too deep about there being one, but I do find it interesting because there never was one on Xenoverse 2. But I think if you ran out of like, I don't know if it was, I don't even think it, wait. No, I do think if you ran out of stamina, you would lose your Super Saiyan, yeah. But besides that though, and I know they replaced stamina with ki. So if you lose your ki, you can't do anything at that point in battle. But I don't see how it's a deal breaker, because if there's cooldown on Super Saiyan, all that means is that they just can't use it for that amount of time, which, I'm gonna be real, doesn't really break the game. If anything, it actually adds some type of like, how do I say, like, it doesn't make it to where it's not like overbearing in a sense. I will say this though, I hope they add a cooldown to Ki Blast, because one thing I don't like is that people could spam that shit, and that shit is just like straight up annoying. Because you know how in Xenoverse 2, when you were Like, let's say somebody was level 150 and you're a level 50. That 100 level 50, if you fought him without any limitations, basically you're fried, bro. Because he would have, you know what I'm saying, bro, is almost having like boss level health while you're having normal. Like, I think the health should be like equal overall. Like, I don't even think that somebody at a higher level should have more health than you or more stamina than somebody who doesn't, right? Or a key, I mean. Like, I think that it should be balanced so that way nobody feels like there's anything, I guess, unfair, anything unfair about each other in terms of PvP. And obviously, maximize cosmetics, add more things to Xenoverse 3 to make it feel more immersive and all that. Definitely do not gatekeep abilities. That's the one thing I'll say. When this shit launches, they cannot gatekeep abilities, bro. They can't have that shit locked behind DLC. And not to mention, even beyond that, do not even gatekeep the story to be DLC. When they're launching a full game, I expect to get the full experience. I don't want this half-ass shit where I'm supposed to get the full story later on. No, bro. Like, if what you had intended to be designed was made in a certain way, make that be playable day one. Don't fucking like gatekeep that till the end of the fourth year of Xenoverse 3 running, and then put that shit there and expect me to just fucking keep buying that shit, bro. No. Like, it would only make sense if it's like actual additional content, like actual shit that was completely separate from that story, then that's different, or something universally like changing, whatever. But just if it's the main thing though, don't gatekeep it. That's all I'm saying. And I think one thing I'd hope to see is buffs and debuffs actively per season. I think that'd be blessed. I think that would make the game definitely more playable for sure, because it would add replayability. I also think it's very important that, as this is the third entry, they also understand that they can't really fuck this up, because if they do this one bad, it's gonna fuck up the whole Xenoverse franchise, bro. I think the most vital thing for this game when it releases, its gameplay loop and its PvP and PvE gameplay. If it is not feeling up to par with Xenoverse 2, or damn near less than that, it's gonna fail. Because there are a lot of other games in competition with this game to where it's gonna be hard to like maintain. Like, obviously you're always gonna have your loyal fan base, right? But I'm saying for the casuals, right? The casuals that play Xenoverse, they're gonna tap in, they're gonna check things out, and if stuff gets boring within like a few months, I'm gonna be real, and there's no new content added or no new elements that are changed, the game is gonna be dead in literal months, just like Sparking Zero, from the lack of content. They can't pull the same shit. They gotta lock in, do content monthly, and add shit weekly to where it's just small changes. That's it. And engage with the community. That's number one. I think that the developers need to engage with the community whenever it comes down to things that have to be talked about, because it feels to me that they only inform those who they feel they connect with more, rather than just talking outright to the people. They talk to insiders. They don't talk to the developers themselves. Don't talk to the people. I think that's got to change. I think the developers got to take the time to actually discuss with people what they want, ask them what wants to change and all that, bro. Honestly. And also, I also kind of feel like going to NPCs to start quests. I feel like to me that feels kind of outdated. Obviously, I went through it, but in Xenoverse 2 and 1, but I feel like we're at a point now where that shit is not it, bro. That's some outdated shit. That's some shit from Skyrim, bro. We gotta like actually, hopefully, see something at least different from this shit, bro. I don't want to see the same shit. And look, they had more time to build this game than those who made Sparkling Zero, because they at least had to build this shit from the ground up. Xenoverse doesn't have to. They already have shit from Xenoverse 2. They fundamentally already have assets, so it doesn't really matter. So look, I hope my final thing is I think this game will turn out to be solid. I don't know if it'll be great because see, great is a strong word. We gotta see this shit to really fundamentally say that. I don't know if I could even like, you know what I'm saying? Because there's people already saying this shit is top tier with only seeing a 9-minute video. Like, how the fuck are you gonna get that input from 9 minutes of gameplay, and not even like a good 9 minutes? That shit don't even feel like it's not nothing I would deadass be like shook about, bro. Like, this is shit I expect this shit, man. I'll see y'all later, bro.